Dare to play. Hi, I'm Nancy Drew. This is my center of operations, my desk. Go ahead and poke around. If you want to know the particulars of how I do what I do, take a look at the book titled How to Be a Detective. It's real helpful, especially if you're new to the mystery-solving business. And be sure to check out my scrapbook. I put memorabilia from all my past cases in there. A lot of them were pretty dangerous and at times really scary. But don't say anything about that to my dad, okay? He worries about me enough as it is. And whatever you do, read what's in the file called Case File. That'll tell you all about the mystery I'm about to try to solve. If you think you're ready to dive into that mystery, just click on the plane ticket and you'll be on your way. P.G. Krollmeister has hired me to investigate a series of equipment meltdowns that have been plaguing the prominent Oklahoma storm research team he sponsors. Since his team has been expected to win the $100 million grant at stake in the upcoming Green Skies Storm competition, Krollmeister suspects that there is something far more sinister than simple equipment failure going on. I'll be joining the team undercover, replacing their previous intern, Pete, who wound up with a broken leg after one of the accidents stranded him directly in the path of a storm. Stepping in at the most dangerous and chaotic period of the chase season, I'm going to have to keep my wits about me to stay on top of the sabotage and the storms. Oh my gosh! That's a weird piece of debris. Whoa! It's filled with money. I better take this and see who it belongs to. right, got it. Looks like garbage. Don't need this. Mice! I agreed to tornadoes, but I did not sign up for mice.
Nancy, is that you?
Yes, that's me.
Scott wants to meet you.
Be right there.
Nancy Drew, you made it. I'm Scott Varnell, the person in charge of this meteorological train wreck. Welcome aboard.
Did you see the tornado?
What tornado? Thanks to the lousy equipment that uncle of yours stuck us with, we just spent the last hour chasing down a bunch of cumulonimbi barely capable of spawning a spring shower, let alone a tornado. Wait a minute. Did you see a tornado?
Well, yeah. As I was driving up to the farmhouse. It wasn't that big, but it sure threw a lot of debris around.
Well, isn't that just peachy? We spend hours racing all over the countryside, and where's all the action? Right in our own backyard. We're never gonna win this thing. The school's gonna pull the plug on us, sell the farm, and that's gonna be all she wrote. And it's all Krollmeister's fault for saddling us with a bunch of Bush League junk. But now that you're here, maybe our luck will change. You'll be reporting to Debbie, but make no mistake, I call the shots around here. In fact, 2 things you need to do right off the bat. I gotta give a workshop on tornado preparedness at the junior high school next week, so put a sample disaster kit together for me. If anything's missing, go up the road to Ma and Pa's and get it there.
What else would you like me to do?
Second thing you need to do is redesign the warning siren layout for the local community. They just got a set of new sirens and their range is different, so the town asked me, and now I'm telling you, to figure out where to place them so if there is a tornado, everyone will be within earshot of a siren. All the information you need is on the chart in the other room. You have questions about anything, bug Debbie, not me. Nice meeting you.
The Funnel Cloud Cafe. Come for the coffee, stay for the pot.
Hi, Marty. This is Carl. Just want to say that I am sick up to here of my tax money going to build new roads. When I was a kid, they promised hover cars. Where are the hover cars? All right, you have a good show.
I have all these salad ingredients. How am I ever going to get them to the table?
Sounds like you need the Krollmeister salad cannon.
The what?
The Krollmeister salad cannon.
That tornado you just saw. What'd you think?
What do you mean?
Were you excited? Terrified? Did it make you want to go home? What?
Actually, that tornado is the coolest thing I've ever seen in my life, and I can't wait to see another one.
Now that's what I like to see. Wish I could get that sort of enthusiasm out of my students these days. Between you and me, the last few years I've gotten stuck with the worst students. I could be telling them about the most exciting storms on record, and all I get back is a sea of bored faces. Before they defunded my department, I got the best of the best. Students who really cared, like Debbie, but those days are over.
That must really be disappointing.
What are you, like 18? Do me a favor, kid, don't talk to me about disappointment till you've lived long enough to experience it firsthand. I'm sorry, Nancy, I know you meant well. Anyway, good news is it looks like weather conditions for the next 2 weeks are going to be ideal for tornado genesis. Which means we could be in for a record-breaking string of tornadoes. You may be putting that enthusiasm to good use.
I sure hope so.
Hello, Nancy.
What did you mean when you said before that the school would sell the farm if you lose?
Just what I said. Right now, Canute College offsets the costs of maintaining this place with funds from private companies like the Healy. But apparently that money's about to dry up, so if we don't win this competition, there goes the farm.
Do you remember that interview you gave after Ma died?
Nope. Why do you ask?
I read it, and it seems like a lot has changed for you over the last few years.
What's that supposed to mean?
You seemed more concerned about the people in the path of the storms.
More concerned? What exactly are you implying, Nancy?
Everything you said in the article, it seemed like you genuinely cared about the safety of everyone in Tornado Alley.
And you don't think I do now? I'm sorry I don't still wear my heart on my sleeve, but that's a very amateur thing for a scientist to do.
Do you feel guilty that you didn't put out the alert in time during the storm that killed Ma?
What kind of a question is that to ask? Yes, of course I am. You'd be too, but does that mean it's my fault? No, it doesn't.
I'll let you get back to work.
Don't hurry back.
Nancy, hi! You've met Scott, the project leader. I'm Debbie, the project manager.
Do you know why Scott is in such a bad mood?
I've worked with him for the past 5 years, and believe it or not, that's his normal mood. When he's in a bad mood, yikes.
Sounds like you've been having a lot of equipment problems.
Let's just say that Scott is extremely good at misdirecting blame.
You think the problems are really Scott's fault?
But hey, I could be wrong. Which, by the way, is something you'll never hear him say. Anyway, first thing every morning, I'll brief you on what has to be done that day. As for the rest of today, those 2 jobs Scott gave you, get them done. Pretty much everything he says in there, I can hear out here. He's not exactly a low talker. The chart with all the siren stuff is in the living room, and that computer quiz you took will tell you what needs to go into the kit. If any items are missing, you can go to Ma and Pa's general store up the road and buy them. Just purchase wisely, our budget is very limited. And if you haven't introduced yourself to Pa or finished the filing, please do so. And once you're done with all that, you can head out to the cornfield and fix the sprinkler system.
Fix the sprinkler system?
See, this farmhouse and the acreage it sits on were donated to Canute as a research facility. The chase team gets it during tornado season, the agricultural team's here the rest of the year, so we've agreed to maintain whatever projects they've got going in their absence. Right now, they're in the middle of collaborating on something with this big mucky-muck research center in Hawaii, which is just another way of saying, fix those sprinklers ASAP.
I found this box out front when I arrived. Thought maybe I better turn it in.
Wow, there must be a couple $100 in here. Job. Thanks. Payment enclosed.
You don't know whose it is?
No idea. I heard you tell Scott about seeing that tornado, so my guess is the twister carried it in from somewhere else. Maybe even somewhere miles from here.
I'd feel better if you kept it.
Sure. When I get a chance, I'll call the sheriff and report it.
Why is there a file in the cabinet labeled Grange Theater?
Theater's kind of a passion with me. So when I got here at the beginning of tornado season, I found out the Grange needed a stage manager for the play it's putting on, and volunteered for the job. And soon became the sound and lighting director as well, which means when I'm not here or out in the field, I'm there.
It sounds like you keep pretty busy.
You don't even know the half of it. We're approaching final dress for the Grange's big play of the year. Everyone from around here shows up. You should ask Pa about it. He's got much more of a passion for the stage than you'd expect from a man in overalls.
I better get to work.
Okay. Oh, and thanks for driving that car up here for us. That was a big help. See ya.
All right, that's how it should look.
Hi, I'm Frosty. As you can probably tell from all this equipment, I'm the media guy. Still pictures, audio, video, digital, analog. I do it all. Do it pretty darn well, too.
Is there a story behind the name Frosty?
Sure is. A couple of years ago, before I met Scott or any other tornado chasers for that matter, I was out taking pictures of this ginormous thunderstorm that was brewing outside Norman. I'd drive for a while, jump out, snap some pictures, roll some video, jump back in, drive some more, just looking for good pictures, you know? I wasn't really paying attention to what the storm was doing until all of a sudden it got really, really dark. And then it just started pouring. And I mean, rain was coming down like my car had stopped under Niagara Falls, and the wind was blowing and the car was swaying, and then it started to hail. First just dime-sized stuff, then quarter-sized, then golf ball-sized, then all of a sudden, the windshield shatters and a hailstone the size of a fist lands in my lap. Then another, then another. Turns out I'd punched the core of an incredibly powerful HP supercell.
You'd punched the what of the who?
HP means high precipitation, lots of rain, and a supercell is a cloud formation capable of producing severe thunderstorms. The core is the worst part of a supercell, where violent updrafts can produce huge hailstones, to say nothing of tornadoes.
Did you see one?
That time? No. But I did roll down my window and start shooting, and I came away with photos and footage of hail that no one's been able to top yet. Overnight, I went from being Tobias Harlow, run-of-the-mill photographer, to Frosty Harlow, fearless documenter of extreme weather phenomena.
What happened to your arm?
What, these scratches? Just a few minor war wounds. See, I was climbing the fence next to the old Fraser Creek windmill so I could get a clear shot of some mammatus clouds. And what happened? I dropped my camera bag right into a patch of brambles. Thorns just about took my arm off when I went to grab it.
How long have you worked for Scott?
I joined the team last year after their photographer quit halfway through. This is my first full season. I'm the best thing that's ever happened to this team, I might add. I'm good.
I'll catch you later.
See ya.
Again? All right, Mouse. This house isn't big enough for the both of us.
Whoever just came in, give me a hand over here, would you?
Sure.
Save me a lot of time if you kindly fix the LED display on the dash while I fix the wiring out here.
But I've never fixed an LED display before.
Just get inside and I'll tell you what's what.
Okay.
What y'all are looking at is the fuse board for the screen. Fuses are all there and they're all good, but the display won't work till you rearrange them. See how they numbered from 1 to 8?
Yeah?
What you gotta do is rearrange them so no consecutively numbered fuses are touching in any direction.
Including diagonals?
Yep. Fuse number 1 can't be touching fuse number 2, which can't be touching 3, which can't be touching 4, and so on. Got that?
I think so.
Good. You know you're done when the screen lights up. With any luck, I'll be done out here about the same time.
I did it! The screen says it's initializing.
And I'm done out here. How's that for timing?
You're Nancy, the new gopher, ain't you? Well, I'm Chase. I ain't gonna shake your hand because my hand's kind of a mess. Again, I appreciate the help.
What do you do on the team?
Right now, I'm fixing the car the fella you were replacing was driving when he busted his leg. It's pretty much my job, fixing stuff.
That okay with you?
Yep. I like fixing stuff, and I like keeping busy, so this here's the perfect job for me. Plus, I'm learning a whole lot about twisters. You live in these parts, the more you know about them, the better.
Is that why they call you Chase? Because you chase tornadoes?
Do they call you Nancy because you Nancy too many questions? Sorry, that was supposed to be funny. A lot of people think that, but the truth is, it's my name. Has been since before the day I was born.
Why do you think so much equipment has been malfunctioning lately?
Stuff breaks. If your luck's bad, it breaks a lot. Being such a negative person, though, Scott's like a bad luck magnet. With him in charge, I'd be most surprised if stuff wouldn't breaking down all the time.
How do you like working with Scott?
Other than the fact that he can be ornier than a never-ridden bull in a bucking chute and can holler longer and louder than all the football coaches in Oklahoma put together, I like him fine. Got this sixth sense when it comes to twisters. Never seen nothing like it. Kinda spooky sometimes.
Think he'll win the Green Skies competition?
Not a chance. He's got this real negative way about him. Nothing good's ever gonna come his way. Sad but true.
Does everyone on the team think that way?
Don't really know. Don't much care. The truth's the truth no matter what people think.
The guy I'm replacing, what was the matter with his car?
A bunch of stuff. Reason he broke down in the middle of that storm and slipped in all that hell was 'cause his car had run out of antifreeze. Should I say coolant. And that's 'cause mice chewed holes in his hose and made it leak.
Have mice done anything like that before?
Well, I don't know about here, but I saw a mouse chew clean through a 2x4 in less than an hour once. Of course, that was probably 'cause my neighbor's dog was one piece of chicken wire away from having it for lunch. But I don't know what them mice found so appealing about that hose, but they sure went to town. It's over there on the workbench. Take a gander at it if you want.
I've bugged you long enough.
Nice meeting you, Nancy. Just do right by Scott and you'll do fine.
This place could really use a cat.
Can I help you with something?
Friendly. That's more like it. Welcome to Mom and Pa's.
I take it you're Pa?
That's me. That's what everybody in 100 miles knows me as, Pa. But I tell you something most of them don't know.
That it's not your real name?
Well, ain't you, Miss Smarty Boots? Little Miss Gal from up north who's helping out tornado chasers from the Canute.
How'd you know that?
Not bad for an old codger, huh? Why, I know all sorts of stuff about you. I even know your cell phone number, Miss Nancy Drew. Let's see, it's 523-555-4399. How'd you like them apples?
Someone on the Canute team told you I was coming, didn't they?
Yeah, that they did. Debbie, she told me to keep an eye out for you and gave me your number. See, if something bad happens while you're all out there chasing twisters, it's important to have a way to get help. Staying connected in an emergency is just about the best way to stay safe. I'm kind of your emergency action central. Keep your numbers right here by the phone. Debbie fill you in the way things work around here yet?
Not really, no.
You canoe folk got a lot of credit here, so instead of paying cash for food and equipment and such, you can charge it. You want to buy something that's not on Debbie's list, like something from the snack section, you got to pay for it using pa pennies.
Using what?
Pa pennies. Like this here. A little something I invented to make coming in here a little more interesting for tourists. In fact, go ahead and take it. You could use it or keep it as a souvenir.
Hey, great. Thanks.
Just a ma and pa way of saying nice to meet you.
Debbie tells me you're pretty involved in the local theater.
Now that's a true fact if there ever was one. Nothing quite like being backstage when the lights go down. Come to think of it, it's just like that moment right before the storm hits. When the world goes dark and quiet. And all you can do is cross your fingers and hope for the best.
So what's this play about?
About this place, of course. From covered wagon times up to today. All about the men and women that made this town what it is today. I'm playing Percy Rutherford Hardcastle, town sheriff and the area's first librarian. Back in those days, wasn't no small thing to return a book late.
That sounds interesting.
Gonna be. If you're not out chasing twisters opening night, you should come. We're pretty near sold out, but I'll try to save you a ticket.
So do you ever chase tornadoes?
Silliest thing I ever heard tell of. Around here, you're lucky if a tornado don't come chasing after you. People who do that are just asking for it.
So you've seen a tornado?
Of course I have. Pretty much everybody I know has. You research types at all your meters and sensors and recorders and such. Chasing around out there thinking you're doing something all big and important. Know what the only real thing you can do when you see a tornado is, Miss Nancy Drew? Watch. You watch this dark, rampaging monster go tearing across the land, wrecking everything it touches, till all of a sudden it ain't there no more. You can't go after it, you can't make it put everything back, you can't even get even with it, 'cause it's just gone. All you can do is stand there thinking, now that ain't fair. That just ain't fair.
Sounds like you're talking from personal experience.
That I am. That I am. What else you need?
Well, it was nice meeting you.
I was just gonna say the same thing. Y'all take care now.
I think I've got everything I need. Can I pay for these supplies now?
I suppose so.
Thanks.
Sure thing.
That's too expensive. I bet I can find something that will turn this machine on. The dividing rod that's supposed to be here seems to be missing. yeah! Take that, Sooners! I won!
What's going on there, Nancy?
Did you know the divining rod that's supposed to be on display in your museum is missing?
Missing? Why, I had no idea. How'd you like that? Somebody must have took it.
Why would somebody take it?
Well, now that's a good question. Only thing it's good for is finding all. That's pretty much just a superstition. For most folks, that is. Some people around these parts still swear up and down divining rod's work. Well, guess I'm just gonna have to whittle me up a fake one and stick it in the display. Just be our little secret, okay?
Have a good day.
See you soon.
It's late, Nancy. Go to bed.
That ought to do it. I finished that disaster kit for Scott.
Nice job. I'm supposed to remind you to check in with Debbie. She might need you to do something else.
Will do.
What's up?
Would you happen to know who threw out the sales receipt for dried corn that's in the wastebasket over there?
Dried corn? Why would anyone around here buy dried corn?
To make the little piles of dried corn I keep finding around here. They look a lot more man-made than mouse-made.
Are you suggesting someone has been deliberately feeding the mice?
I think someone's been trying to lure them inside.
Everyone on this team has his quirks, that is for sure. But deliberately causing a mouse infestation? Nobody's that mental.
I'd better get to work.
Have fun! The TV's sort of broke. Sometimes if you hit it, it'll work.
Previously on Attorney General.
I never asked to be a 4-star general.
And I never asked to fall in love with you.
Previously on Are You a Detective?
Andrew Morris, you are not a detective.
With the Milan premiere only weeks away, we'll travel to Paris, France to take a sneak peek at Madame McKay's latest evening wear sensations. Then we'll hop the pond to London and preview Lady Chauffeurs. During Fashion Week, dress your best and join us on the runway.
Next week, on the season finale of Heights General, will Dr. Merring finally ask to nurse Julie out? Will the doctors find out that Sylvia still faints at the sight of blood? Before she performs Mr. Jenkins' spectacle colonoscopy. Find out Tuesday. We'll see you at the ICU. Previously on Previously on Detective Beach.
You're a loose cannon, McNorton. I want your badge and your surfboard on my desk immediately.
Only one man would be crazy enough to use a shark to rob a bank. You gotta put me back on the case, Chief.
Previously on Detective Beach. Previously on Attorney General. Previously on
I'm gonna hit the sack, Nancy. You should do the same.
Come on, people, let's focus here. Oh, just a moment. This is why we can't have nice things in the workshop. All right, go ahead, caller.
Hi, it's Nancy.
Do I know Nancy? Don't plug that into there.
It's Nancy Drew. It sounds like you're a little busy. Is this a good time?
Nope. Well, it was nice talking to you. Goodbye.
Wait, hang on. We need to talk.
Just teasing you, ND. Mind if I call you ND? ND, I've been waiting for your call. If you mix those two beakers, I'm gonna have to switch insurance companies again. I trust you've been kicking up dust and giving those jokers some serious what for out there in Twister Country.
Not exactly sure yet. I was hoping you could give me a little more information.
Shoot.
Do you have any idea who would want to sabotage your machines? And why?
That's why I brought you on board, ND. I need you to... Terrence! The arc welder is not a toy! I gotta run, ND. You get in there and scare me up some clues. Call me back whenever you need, and if things aren't too hectic at the lab, I'll help you out as best I can.
I was wondering, why are you so concerned about tornadoes? You must have a lot of other things to worry about.
Truth is, I never have been one to worry, but darned if these storms don't have my socks twisted in a bunch something serious. See, Andy, most things in the world can be tamed, or at least tricked into behaving the way you want. Not weather. Ever since a tornado tore through my home, I've been obsessed with figuring out what makes those twisters tick. Pretty sure I built the machinery to do the job. That's why I need you to make sure nothing too funny is going on. Once I know I've made sure that no one else is ever caught off guard by a storm again, then I can move on to the next project. Until then, I just can't.
I didn't know you got hit by a twister. Was everyone okay?
Prudence Rutherford, she's the one who recommended I hire you, by the way, was over, and I'm afraid she took a pretty hard knock to the head when the storm came through so suddenly.
Prudence Rutherford? Are you two friends?
That is none of your business. But if you really need to know... Can you keep it together for 2 seconds? What was I saying? Oh, yeah, none of your business.
Why are you so concerned about these machines?
Now, there's no such thing as something that is just a machine. Every Krollmeister product is a work of art.
Tell me about it. I couldn't agree more.
You're not a yes man, are you, ND? Yes men are dangerous. They get you thinking you're the greatest thing on earth, and the next thing you know, you're making the dumbest decisions that ever could be made.
I'm not. I was being honest.
All right, then. What did you think of the Krollmeister salad cannon?
It was a little too... powerful for the job.
Well, shoot. Add diplomacy to your list of skills, ND. And what else can I do for you?
Do you know why someone would want to lure mice into their house?
Is this one of those sound of one tree clapping in the woods questions? Never was much good at those.
No, someone actually seems to be luring mice into the house.
Sounds like you've got a reverse Pied Piper situation.
What's that?
Who knows? Just made it up. I'd keep an eye out for something like that, though. And get a cat.
I've enjoyed talking to you.
Anything you need, just give me a call.
Good morning, Debbie.
Nancy, good morning. Got a few things for you today. That storm really shook up those sensors out in the cornfield. Could you put them back in line? After that, you should go spend some time in the field with Frosty. He really wants to show you some of the basics of storm photography. Any chance to show off?
I'd better get to work.
Have fun!